Jason Call, Small House Solutions, here with our client Kevin, near downtown Austin, with his ADU in the background. Following up after a few years, wanted to shoot some video and got a couple main questions for you. So, given the space and kind of, the pool having been here, the carport having been here, and what you wanted to do with the property, what was the process like, kind of from initiation of contact to being able to understand what we could get permitted through the city of Austin?
Sure. I think the biggest part of the process was knowing what we wanted. And we wanted something that would almost act as a pool house, so that we could enjoy the pool in the backyard. And back there where the pool house is now was just bamboo. And so there was nothing there. We didn't even know how much room we had back there. So, had Jason and his team come out, look around, do some measurements, figure out what we could do. We wound up putting it right next to the carport so that we could sort of look like it's together, but it's standalone. Mirrors the house almost perfectly with the ceilings and the colors and the outdoor paneling. And what it really did is it just opened up more space for us. Inside, it can be an office. It has a huge closet space. 24 by 4, I think, so we were able to put more stuff out of the house and in here. And then, as it's been 4 years now, I think, almost 3 years, we've been able to have more people come stay with us. We've had people living in there for a couple days or a couple weeks, like my son, who came home from college a couple times, and he just took up residency in there. And, we just really like it when we have people over and we open it up. The doors open completely out to the pool. We're able to, put all the beer and wine and other things in the refrigerator, and just people can come and go. There's a full service bathroom in there. So it just works out really, really well. And then, when somebody's here, you pull down the bed, and when they leave, you take it, put it back up, and you go right back to just having an extra workspace, an extra place to hang out, or just an extra place just to, just chill. So it's worked out really, really great for us.
Awesome. Glad to hear. In relation to the process, from the start of design, collaboration on the plans, revision requests, getting through the city permit review process, and construction, what were some of the parts that you felt like were just perfect, and what were some of the things that gave you maybe a little bit or had you a little bit of anxiety that could have maybe been better through the process?
I think throughout the whole process, it was really, with your team, was outstanding. We sat down, we talked a lot about what we thought. If you remember, we thought we wanted a loft space in there, and when we saw what it cost, we were just like, no, we don't need that really. It's gonna, that's when we pivot to the Murphy bed, etc. But the collaboration, the working together, the listening, even when the guys were here on site, they were great. They took care of everything. The permitting, you guys did an unbelievable job. The funny thing was, it was the city and the sprinkler system. That was the one thing that really kept us, going back and forth for a long time, so that, we were able to do what we needed to do. And yeah, I couldn't recommend you guys more, because you listened. It's hard to visualize sometimes, to see what we're going to do. And then, we pivoted, like, once we got the bathroom framed out and tile in, we pivoted on a new vanity. And, whoosh, that was an easy thing to do. We didn't have to go through a whole bunch of, back and forth and fighting and, things that I know happen with other people. And so it was just a really outstanding experience.
Yeah, awesome. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Kevin.
You're
for
welcome.
letting us stop by.
Yeah, hey, anytime.